Wow! In today's video, we're going to show you how to play as Thanos in Fortnite Battle Royale New Edition. But before we get into today's video, we're going to have to set a like goal of 2,000 likes for all the Avengers who disappeared at the end of Infinity War when Thanos snapped his fingers after collecting all of the Infinity Gems. Anyway, we're also doing a V-Bucks giveaway. The information pertinent on how to enter that will be played right now. We're doing another V-Bucks giveaway. Yes, that's right. 1 like equals 1 V-Buck, capped out at 10,000 maximum. We are doing this giveaway and enter is very simple. Simply leave a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit the bell to join the notification squad. That's step 2. And step 3, leave a comment on what your favorite Fortnite Battle Royale skin is. And you will be entered into our new V-Bucks giveaway. Contest closes in no less than 30 days from the upload date of this video. Wow, if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War, what are you thinking? Go see that movie immediately. It's absolutely amazing. If you've liked any of the Marvel movies, from Iron Man to Thor to Guardians of the Galaxy to Black Panther and Doctor Strange and even Captain America, all these movies finally came to an amazing conclusion with Avengers Infinity War. There's been like 18 movies to build this story up layer by layer by layer by layer. And yes, it delivered. The Russo brothers absolutely delivered. It was payoff after payoff after payoff. All these years, 10 years of a whole franchise. So many movies, almost 20 movies, just paying off story dividends. It was so good. Oh my god. When Thor came in, well, let's just start. If you haven't seen the movie, Thanos captures Thor right after what happened in Ragnarok. And then he just decides he doesn't want Asgardians anymore, so he gets rid of half of them. And he beats the Hulk. And then Heimdall has to send the Hulk back to Earth, and he crashes into Doctor Strange's apartment sanctuary. And then he informs them about Thanos coming. And then Loki dies, and Thor gets captured, and their ship is destroyed, and he ends up in space. And so much happens. He runs into the Guardians of the Galaxy when he crashes into their ship. They take him in. He's like a pirate angel, which is very much true to how he is. As Drax said, it causes a rift between the Guardians because Chris Pratt's like has to be the captain, but Thor they respect more. So half the ship is like pro Thor, and then like none of them are pro Chris Pratt, so that was cool. And then the Robot Man and his wife were attacked in London, and then Captain America shows up and grabs the spear, and I clapped so hard when that happened. That was absolutely amazing. And Iron Man went up into space to capture Doctor Strange, who was abducted by Squidward, is the joke he made. And Spider-Man came with them, and oh my god, Spider-Man came up with this great idea about blowing the side of the ship open and this is not in Fortnite Battle Royale right now, but it will be. And then the ship exploded, and Squidward got sucked out and died in space. And then Spider-Man saved Doctor Strange from doing it, and then Tony Stark just iced up the rest of the ship so it didn't suck them all out. And then they drove the ship to Titan, and that was cool, and it crashed into that planet. And then the Guardians had to go to nowhere from the first movie and meet the Collector, who had the Infinity Stones. But it was all a ruse because Thanos just needed Gamora, his daughter, and he captured her and then let the rest of them go about their business because he already had the Reality Stone that was there. And then they go to his ship, and Gamora finds her sister, who's torn apart into pieces as a robot woman, and Thanos is threatening to destroy her, but then he needs the map for the Soul Stone, and he realizes that she has it, so they decide to go pursue that avenue. And all the while, Thor wants his revenge, so he splits up the Guardians, and they go up to this thing, this black hole forge, and they have to turn it on because Thanos already went there to get the gauntlet and killed all the dwarves. And then the dwarves is a giant dwarf played by Peter Dinklage, who is a dwarf in real life, and he's massive. And then they restart the forge, and it almost kills Thor. And then they make the Stormbreaker basically Hell's Retriever, and it's absolutely amazing. Groot's arm becomes part of it. And then on Earth, they have to go to Wakanda to do the surgery on the Robot Man Vision because he has a stone inside of his head. So they have to get rid of that before Thanos comes and captures it. But then in the interim, Thanos goes to the planet to find the stone that his daughter has the map for, and he throws her off the side when Red Skull appears. And Red Skull's like, yeah, you need to pay the price. And he throws her off the side so she dies, and he gets the stone. He gets the Soul Stone. And then, oh, so good. And now it all comes down to what stones remain, and all it is the Time Stone and the stone in Vision's head. And the Time Stone is on Titan with Tony Stark and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and now the Guardians of the Galaxy join them because they're trying to intercept Thanos from getting it. And Time Stone is like the coolest one because you can go back in time and forward in time and loop time. It's how Doctor Strange beat Dormammu in his movie, and oh my god, was that cool too. And then so all of them are fighting Thanos, and then because Chris Pratt, his girlfriend, was thrown off the side and died, he's like, what happened to Gamora? And then Thanos is filled with all rage, and Nebula just tells the story of what happened, because I mean it did happen. And then he just starts beating Thanos and beats Thanos, and then Mantis falls off and can't keep him asleep anymore, and they almost get the gauntlet off. It's basically off, and he just grabs it, and Thanos just instantly murks everybody. And then Tony Stark goes to try to stab him because Tony Stark's the only one still left fighting him. And it's so cool because like everyone who's tried to stab Thanos at this point has totally screwed up, and Thanos has just got the upper edge on them and totally beaten them when they try to stab him. And it was all foreshadowed, and then Tony does it, and Thanos just straight up breaks the blade off and then sticks it in Tony, and you're like, no, Iron Man's gonna die. And then, oh, it's so good. Then Doctor Strange is like, oh no, I didn't want to do this. And then he gives the stone to Thanos because he already went through all the possibilities, and there's like 14 million, and there's only one where they come out ahead. And he's like, I had to do it, Tony, I'm sorry. And he trades the Soul Stone for Tony's life, or the Time Stone for Tony's life. Tony lives, but now Thanos has the Time Stone, and then he goes to Wakanda. Wakanda is so epic because the battles are all happening down there between Thanos' ground forces to try and get to Vision. And Vision has to fight his own way out because they're trying to kill the stone inside of him. And then, oh, finally, after a little interim, we see in the middle of the battle when it looks like everyone's losing, Thor in his glorious pirate angelness comes down through the Rainbow Bridge, and he's there with Rocket Raccoon and Groot, and he just destroys everyone. And it was the best part of the movie. I clapped so hard at that part too and cheered. Everyone cheered, and it was amazing. And then the battle continued. Thanos arrived, and then he went in after Vision, and he just wrecked all the Avengers with the glove single-handedly, not even trying. He phased the Hulk, who was not able to be in Hulk Bruce Banner form, right into some rocks in the Hulkbuster suit, so he warped space. And then the rest of them he just dummied, except for Captain America. He had trouble with because Captain grabbed the glove and was equal force. It was pretty amazing. And then he pushed Captain out of the side, and he went up to Scarlet Witch, but Scarlet Witch killed Vision, exploding him into a million pieces. And then Thanos just walked closer. He's like, I'm so sorry, little one. I know what pain feels like. And he just grabbed her face. And then he's like, no, time. Looks like you're all out of time. And he pressed the button on his thing. on his thing, and it went back in time, and then they went back in time, and he's just like, yeah, now you're out of the way, and he pushed her by her face into some rocks, and I don't think she got up. I think she turned into ash immediately. And then he grabbed Vision. He's like, cool, hey, look at that cool thing you have. And he just grabbed it right out of Vision's face and totally just like messed up Vision. He grabbed like the front of his head and scalped him, and Vision just turned all white because he was dead. And it looked gross because it's like breaking an egg and there's all this liquid everywhere. It's totally disgusting and amazing. And then he had all the stones, and Thor comes out of nowhere and throws the axe at him. And Thanos' glove can power through the axe, but the axe is more stronger than the glove, and it totally hit Thanos in the chest. And Thor comes down, and he pushes the axe in further. He's like, "See, I told you, not a god anymore." And then Thanos was all like, "Yeah, you should have aimed for the head." And he snapped his fingers, and the glove's all totally burnt, like you went and ruined something in the kitchen. And then half of the universe just dies out instantly and turns to ash, and then it ends. Thanos is on a planet watching the sunset without any glove on, and it was great. And how you get him in Fortnite Battle Royale limited time mode is you're gonna have to download the update and then follow the instructions on the screen.